Well, hello there again. It is the first time that I've shot during daytime ever since I continuously recorded a night for the English Me series. So this time, while waiting for the new show that I'm about to launch this November, well, at least November is the target month. If I see the need for more time to finalize my plans, I might do it in the first weeks of December. But anyway, I'm making this video as another thing that I could do for you, okay? My community, another way of letting you in to my unfiltered thoughts about certain things that matter in our society nowadays. So this time, I'll be telling you my thoughts about the voters registration, which supposed to have ended right now. Okay, the last day was Saturday, October 30, and unfortunately, I was not able to make it. You know the news on the long lines, right? And the long lines tell us of the lack of guarantee of being able to acquire a slot. You try to exercise your rights, but the system that we are in seems to deliberately make it hard to do so. And speaking of such, yes, I know that I could have registered before this pandemic happened. And that is probably one realization that the seemingly red tape that is happening has taught me. It taught me that I should not select any particular time to exercise my rights, particularly that uh, the right to vote. So, anyway, I've moved on. I know that it's no longer within my control whether or not I could vote, since I did not bother to inconvenience myself by joining the thousands of, or maybe millions of people around the world, at least our country, as far as our nation is concerned. Okay, join fellow Filipinos in their struggles to get a slot by sleeping on the road at midnight. I could not afford to do that considering my obligations my to my school and the students that I serve. I just could not afford to give my time to that. Now instead, what is in my control is communication, and hence I may not be able to vote, but I can influence those who can. So, this is my message to you, all those who are voting in the upcoming elections. Vote for someone who will prioritize the following. First is agriculture. Have you ever wondered why let's say the sizes of your drinks, of the fries you order should be identified? One day when the last time I went to SNR, which is an American company, if you just say fries, they will just give you a one size fits all fries. No discrimination as to whether it's supposed to be small, medium, or large. But in the Philippine branches, let's say of McDonald's, Jollibee, and other fast food chains, why do you have to identify whether it's small, medium, or large? So that's a sign of scarcity, of scarcity. Sorry, I mispronounced that word. So you see, I envision a future where we don't have to save too much on on resources that are supposed to be boundless. Food used to be boundless before it became commodified. I vie for a ruler who would prioritize agriculture. And then next, I want a leader, okay, who will prioritize eliminating the unnecessary bureaucracy in our government systems. One great example is the long lines at the voter registration booths. And not just voters registration, but let's say license renewals. Okay, well, the license renewals for PRC are getting more efficient in the context of the online system that's actually working, but still is imperfect because there are minor cases in which some applicants need to drop by the main office to, let's say, have their names double checked. So still we're getting there as far as PRC is concerned, but voters registration, I've never heard of an LGU that proclaims that it has no internet connection. So I want a president, or not just president, but at least a government as a whole who would prioritize downgrading, or if not completely eliminate, at least lessen the red tape that's hindering people from exercising their rights. And then lastly, vote for someone who will prioritize the charter change. It has been years since we've implemented 1987 constitution, and the fact that we've let it stay stagnant, the fact that it has never been amended, what has that brought to us? We have outdated laws, and such outdated laws have prevented us from, you know, from achieving or having a process, at least an efficient process that would benefit everyone. Take for example that one, the substitution aspect of candidacy. So that is just one part of the constitution that I honestly am aware of. But what about other parts? Let's say the what does the 1987 constitution say about, let's say, taxation, or um, budgeting, the allocation of funds, those things. Foreign policy, for instance, or the implementation of radical movements like martial law, those facets, okay, of political executions. All right, so these are the three top priorities: agriculture, elimination of bureaucracy, and amendments, constitutional amendments. These are what I believe should be prioritized by the next government. So, to those who are able to exercise their rights, I'm counting on you on behalf of the others who weren't able to, or at least who were too late to realize the importance of exercising one's right to vote. So, this is another episode, another dim talk before the launch of the new show. Stay with me until the next one.